Okay, here we go. And best thing is kind of like when Reagan had to explain in Iran Contra. There are no real excuses, but there are reasons for what happened, and we're going to start going through those here. The Genesis probably could track back when Indy first blocked me, because the thing is, like, my motives and anything were totally misinterpreted. I was never getting a chance to explain myself. And I've been in a pretty camp to try and get, hey, come on, listen, can we just talk, for God's sakes? Just want to talk, and yeah, that's been on my effort pretty much ever since then. Just trying to explain, because I was never getting a chance to explain myself. And the first time I really had a chance to put it out was, on a Tumblr feed, big long thing, but then also when just about a few months ago when she did a much delayed video reacting to at least she interpreted what I did, and I was finally able to do a response video and said, no, that's not what happened. That's not what I was doing, what I do. And how the hell you came to this conclusion, I don't know. Because some of the thing you done could have got me killed. It's like, how? How the fuck would I, cause I asked a doctor who specializes in these, gender issues with usually mostly kids. It's like, and having to deal with when they screw up, which is frequently. I was asking, again, I got as far as saying I have a professional opinion on someone I'm very concerned about. It never got anywhere because the only response I got back from her was nope. But again, never got anything, about what I was actually asking. I was asking an opinion on how I should proceed. Because so many, of the D-trends are saying, nobody ever stood up and said, do you think maybe you're wrong about this? Could it be something else? And I wanted to be that one voice of reason and things. Say, hey, you really think about, because this doesn't match anything in there. And I think you got other issues here. Never got that far. I was just immediately blocked. It's just, So it's been kind of an ongoing campaign of mine just to be heard and a chance to get my word in edgewise here and try and explain myself. Because, what she interpreted as a betrayal was not a betrayal at all. Again, and also during the course of the thing, because she, one of the things was when people like her for her, and I do, that thing, I like genuinely for her, for Indy, the person, the girl, because we don't know everything about, but know enough out there. It's like, I wanted to count this person as a friend. We got some fun here, just hanging out and exchanging ideas, type of thing. But things just went weird. And then I've been trying my kind of a charm offensive, just throwing love bombs over the wall, trying, say, hey, there's some fun, And then, not quite a month ago, but it's sometime before her trip to L.A., I was approached by some fans who have been treated rather shabbily by her mods, apparently. And what, the info they were getting is this trip to L.A., which I hadn't heard of at that point. I wouldn't have been that concerned about it, but the Facebook going down to L.A. to, she's going to hook up with Lana to check and do some videos, and then maybe with a 4-person gangbang. And it's like, holy crap. And again, based on the thing, because she'd been groomed twice before. Once you've bitten, you are vulnerable. Even if you're kind of on guard, you got to be careful because you are vulnerable to these parasites. They they smell it out and they'll work you. So I being wannabe hero, that plugged in my hero mode and my true deep affection for Indy as a person and some kind of semi paternal feelings like da right, and I went into action. But again, part of it is exacerbated by the way her mods have been pretty much holding her entire fan base in contempt. Because the people are being banned and called stalkers and traitors at their behest. And Indy, for whatever reason, apparently going along with it and just blocking and banning people without by your leave. And some of these people, again, because of the nature of her sharing her stories, she draws a lot of people who have similar, someone who's worse anxiety disorders. And a lot of very fragile personalities, which I don't think their mods seem to appreciate I think in some cases, I think some of them, they have their own personality issues, which we'll get into later. And one of those was Arctic Gazer. It started off, I think originally his name was under the name Brinstar, but that got banned because suddenly people are jumping down his throat. And this is also a big part of why this shit got as crazy as it was. They adopted a policy on their side of just blaming everything on me. I was the devil. Everything was wrong. Anyone who came and did something weird, no, that's really Bob. He's trying to get at you. He's going to try to steer you away from us, everything, basically. I mean, he brought up this thing, apparently written by a psychologist who looked at NDC, looked at the media and what's going on, and said, no, she's not trans. This is not trans. This is not the way we work with a trans person. This is, she's working through stuff on her own and doing it in a very horrible way, and it's going to end badly. I didn't write it. I didn't know about it until I get wind of it that, hey, they're blaming you for shit. What? And again, I chimed in. I was like, this isn't even my writing style, guys. Try again. Come on. You're amateur hour here. But they didn't even slow down. And then there's, even after all this, they're still blaming stuff on me. Even I've already declared, no, we got it wrong. I'm sorry. We're backing down. I'm sorry. They're still, two in particular, are still claiming that I'm all these people and there's all fake. Will you knock it off? This is what started this shit in the first place and kept it going as crazy as it was. Knock it off. For Christ's sakes, you people never fucking learn. Now, again, on the outside, looking in, all I know is like what I've been, the whole thing about do your research. I did my research and it's fucking scary. Gender ideology, in my estimation, is a complete and total crock. It's conceived by a couple of blatant pedophiles who did horrible experiments on kids for their own kicks, based on theories by some eugenicists and a couple of actual Nazi scientists who worked in the camps. And it's just all a bunch of and the rest of the world is waking up to this, by the way. But all of Europe is putting, Great Britain's one of the last one, but even they are saying, no, this is not working. This is not right. We are destroying kids' lives for no good reason. And we're the last holdout. U.S. and Canada, North America is it as far as still doubling down on this. And the only reason I can think is because there's money to be made. Doctors make a lot of money on double mastectomies, okay? So they're pushing aside actual breast cancer patients who need those surgeries and then in favor of these because the trans, boom, 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 boom. And there's also, don't have to worry about, doing something with, no tissue, gone, next. So that's part of why I'm pushing so hard on that thing. And when it's someone I actually care about involved, it's double effort time. But I'm getting this info indicating that it's all a sham. She's gonna go down, and we might lose her forever. Those are the terms I was used. We might lose her forever if she goes down there and gets hooked up and all this stuff. And again, this is part of the thing of when you start blocking people and start playing fast and loose with certain things. Again, it's one thing if I was just blocked. When I'm blocked and they're talking shit about me over there, demonstrable lies about me, blaming everything on the sun under me, like a while back when Indy was legitimately doxxed twice on two of her threads. Apparently, the point was to try was blaming it on me. Said, no, it's really Bob, and that's fake. It's not real. No, it was very real. Okay, and I reported the guy for being real. But it's also because I had to poke around. Is this legit? Or nope, it's real. Damn it, And the thing of can't unsee what you just saw. So okay, it's real. I reported his ass on both threads. But I think this plays into the rank incompetence of her mods, because they don't think of themselves as moderators. They're just trying to make sure that nobody does strength. No, they're acting like they're her Praetorian Guard, almost. Especially Umsey, she's fucking fanatic. I mean, she's got the taste of blood in her mouth, and she wants to go after anything and everything. So stop it. Okay, War is over. Stop it. I've said the last time, none of this should have happened in the first damn place. If there'd just been some open lines of communication, all of this could have been solved with like a 5-minute chat in DM or think whatever. But none of it. No, nobody. I didn't get the real story until last night when Lana came and I gave no. All right, no, we're not going to tell me what's going on. And again, I was yelling, where the hell's Indy? Because at this point, nobody's trusting anybody. We can't be sure if Indy's actually running her account or if it's her mods are taking over. If she's set the switch, so let these guys take care of it and go. Which, again, I do not recommend. Unless you are one uber celebrity and you don't do it, have nothing really to do with your account, don't turn it over to anybody. And especially they did a little stunt where I'm calling people and they had the stupid idea to actually phone me. Now, sure, it's possible they went through whitepages.com, found a number that way, paid the $20 or whatever, and after going through 3 or 4 numbers that no longer exist, they found the one that worked. Irrelevant. We're in showbiz, kids. We're at the bottom rung of showbiz here on YouTube. And in that case, perception is everything. And then the perception is, oh my God, these idiots have access to the information we gave Indy in confidence. And at that point, that's it. They just nuked their own campsite. And they'd also made quite clear that anybody who crosses them and dares them, they will go after. They will dox them. They report it. They'll, yeah, great way to maintain good relations with your audience, assholes. Again, a lot of, yes, a lot of this shouldn't have happened, but also a lot of it shouldn't have been allowed to grow in the first place because these guys are just like their own little group. And apparently they're still meeting in the little private little Discord rooms to plot out strategies. And here's what I say, Indy, your moderators are not acting as moderators. They're acting like their little, clique of guards. And they're, one thing, you tend to draw very passionate and radical followers, okay? I'm including myself in that. I'm pointing the finger at me here. But these guys, it's like they think they're your board of directors. And they push what happened, what doesn't. They start saying who to blame and who else. And apparently they also think they're starting to dictate terms on what you should do on your for things. Because the word was coming through that we're only going to do femboy from now on. And again, the record is bearing this out. Whether rightly or wrongly, because we haven't had a decent, proper girl video without a femboy slant in months. That Genie thing was the last one we had in a full video that was this purely girl thing. Everything else has been femboy does this, femboy did that, femboy gets caught doing that, femboy has to do that, femboy Snow White. It starts, some kind of magic, but it's still femboy, femboy, femboy. I mean, the only glimpse you had of just a pure girl thing was the second half of your 4th of July striptease. And after that, it's been nothing but femboy and we can walk in the chat on these streams and on the live stream and things. These same guys are pushing femboy. They should not be pushing a goddamn thing. They are the moderators. They're supposed to be on the fucking sidelines. When they're now part of management, basically. It means stay the fuck out of the way, shut the fuck up. They shouldn't be pushing anything one way or the other. They're no longer part of the general audience. They're the referees. They're not the players anymore. So they need to shut the fuck up as far as dictating any kind of ideas of what you should be doing and especially in the advocating you to do major surgery on yourself because you look so hot. Bullshit, you look hot. Okay, I'll tell you right now, you will look like you got mauled by a fucking bear. And that's also why I'm pushing other options besides, going through radical surgery and because the whole thing about, we'll pay to chop them off. Bullshit. Fuck you. Go away. Anyway, advocating that because this is not a matter of money. It's a matter she hates the fucking idea of going in for surgery. She was on a meltdown over a fucking blood draw, for God's sakes. Come on, pay attention, idiots. But, and that's why I'm also, I'm sure Lana's pass it on. That while you're there, hit one of these, Jeanette bra stores, okay? Seriously. Because Jeanette Bogosian's big mission is really, most women never get properly fit for bra, especially the big chested women. They never get the right bra size, and it's a pain in the ass. They don't get supported right. It's painful. It sucks. And it'll be a big thing. You go in and get properly fitted, probably for the first time in your life. And again, some women would go and they found out they weren't the cup size they thought they were. I mean, you probably will find out. No, you're not a double D after all. You might find you're just maybe a regular, just a plain old D. But you have been getting the wrong bras. They're not hitting right, and that's why it hurts like hell and they don't fit right. So, yeah, go in there and, see, and as far as I'll pay for it, see if they'll pay for the bras. See if they do that, okay? And again, I will hold any aspersions, again, as far as like personal proclivities that apparently have been expressed on Discord and gone around and making a lot of people very uncomfortable just by his presence. Because again, a lot of people you've got in your audience have been victims of the cheese pizza. And yes, this, but again, get your proper sizing, okay? And it'll probably do wonders for you, further than even any kind of surgery or get the break from those fucking binders, because I think you're struggling with those things too. It's man, they sell sports bras. Nothing's got to be the skinny little strap. You can get a proper sports bra and be comfortable in your own body, for fuck's sake. That's what it's all about. And they'll probably start resulting in little changes in just how you feel about yourself, okay? Now, not having to worry about, your wrong bullshit. Nobody's born in the wrong body. That's part of this whole ideology I'm so violently, What kind of a thing is that to tell a kid you're born in the wrong body? Fuck you. You're born in your body. All right? That is the sickest thing I heard in my life. I'm born in the wrong body. Bullshit, okay? But, but get, deal with the physical issue and get properly fitted for once in your life. That's the thing. Well, also, they've been hitting the testosterone. She scrawny, undeveloped, and frankly looks miserable too. There's no joy in the eyes. Which brings up another thing that kind of played into this narrative that you're being groomed and driven down, but because the energy level that you've been showing of it is really down. I think a lot of it may be just hitting the pot a little too much. But it's like just a year ago, you do a video and you're up. You are on fire. There's a light in the eye. You're hitting on all cylinders. Lately, it's just like, hey, bros, and and here comes the bung, and going on, So I think on that respect, you might want to lay up on that. You're getting burned out here, okay? Because like the picture on the top of your fansley, and then go down see the opening frame of the video. It's like there's that's more than just 6 months worth there. Okay, you really got to lighten up here. And again, hopefully this trip will do it. This getting away from that. But it's also back to the communication thing. Again, just a simple statement. I'm going to be off for a while on vacation. I might post a few selfies. Otherwise, I'll talk to you when I get back. So these prolonged silences would not be met with, oh my God, is she still alive? And feeding the fuel of the people chiming me, trying to come in, come to the rescue here. Again, I was presented a very dire circumstance here. Which, again, kind of gave me justification to do all kinds of stupid shit, I mean, writing to your dad, for Christ's sake. Come on, Yeah, we got... She went on the testosterone and just turned a raging misogynist. What the fuck? And this was told to us by her gay friend, mutual friend. That's it. Yeah, it's like testosterone's a mind-altering drug, and yes, thank God you're not going on it. You have enough sense not to do that. But yeah, I've had some very good chats with Lana. She's not as crazy as indication. Yeah, and I think we found some mutual respect and ground there. So but again, we're through the course of all this thing. I want to just show you something that I was presented with here was apparently some messages, or at least a big message that was showing up on here. Let me get in here in the corner, and this is how it's coming across to everyone else here, because the people are really very shifted here. That's it. And my friend, feel like I've lost something important to me. I messaged you after watching your YouTube video where you were so full of life and a way of making me feel like life could turn out okay. But over time, we started talking. It became clear to me you were someone I wanted in my life, not in a sexual way. Not that I don't enjoy your videos. You always had time for your fans and the big heart of your won over people, no matter where you went. You came out trans to your fans, and it was the time to support you and show you how much you mean to us. Out of that came a distance. Some people started acting like they had some sort of special access to you. Yeah, you got one in particular appears to be trying to gatekeep everyone. And I sent you a DM. You would sometimes take a few days to reply, but they would always brag how you always got back to them in hours because they were your close friends. Over time, they would claim they had special access to cum shows, even your personal phone number. Many people would get angry because they were always being told how little they meant to you, while these few were so special. People would send you DMs or ask you outright, but you would just block them. These few would say they would have anyone blocked, and fans started to fear this group as much as they loved you. They seemed to have a hold over you. They bully, threatened to dox fans with personal info fans gave you in private DMs. Again, whether or not they actually had it or not, that's the impression they were giving. Umsy phoned Bob live on a stream to prove he had his phone number, which she says came from you. Again, you want to have a word with your mods. This is what they're doing here. Now we all feel betrayed by you. How could you ever give fans personal information to anyone? We trusted you, but no more. Many are leaving now. It's been proven these people can dox any day, any off they want. We still try to talk to you, DMs, and still you turn your back on fans, friends. Then you have talked for all while your little group tells us you're talking to them daily and still having special shows. You need to wake up, Indy. And again, this is what's coming across here. And again, I talked to a lot. I said, no, you are answering DMs and things from other fans, but you can't answer everybody. But again, this is what they're saying. This is what is coming out of your mods here. That's it. Either you're doing these things and ignoring fans while still talking to this group, giving them special cum shows while not even talking to fans, or they're telling lies to drive fans away. Which, if true, why the hell don't you block them? These people can say and do anything they want. You never believe us when we talk against them, and you never block them. We love you, but our love has limits. So I'm going to have to get blocked here. Our love has limits. Sadly, many of us have reached the point where we are being ignored by you and bullied by your friends is just too much to handle. If we fans mean anything to you, please block these few that are driving us away. Now is the time we need you to be there for us like we have been for you. What makes more sense, losing thousands of loyal fans that love you because you're scared to block a handful of bullies and people that have somehow convinced you that they're your best friends. Please use that smart brain we all know you have and see these people as your fans do. Evil, nasty, and liars. Please, Indy, we the fans miss you, but can't stay while this circle of fake friends are having digs at us daily. We will show you proof if you only tell us what proof you want. They brag you will never to believe us over them because they're your best friends and we're just fans. Let's show they're wrong and your fans really do matter to you. So, yeah, this is what I was walking into here. What I was brought into to try and get you, because apparently you were still watching my videos, even if being pestered a bit in them. And again, over the objections of your fan. No, don't watch him. Don't watch. He's just going to feed your head full of lies. They're telling blatant lies against me all the damn time. Yeah, when kids, just taking a testosterone gel to heal an injury up, and that was enough to get her. Because she started asexual, she started having libido again, and the aggression thing was up, and she something about loading something. I forget I was loading stuff, and I grabbed a bag of heavy and put in the back of the van. And she gave me a look like she's going to rip my kidneys out by my nostrils. And I noted that, and I mentioned, and she was immediately embarrassed by it too, because she knew she never felt that either. So it was like got off it immediately. And again, you're not going there, so it's largely irrelevant, but it's an illustration. But yeah, this is what I was presented with, and continually presented with. Like, this is the fans who are being pissed off and pissed on by your close friend moderators. Okay, there's at least more than a few of them that need to be shown the door, because they've been going around bragging about they're getting special shows. They're talking to you daily. We don't get shit. You're just stinky little fans. Which by itself is counter to what you've said previously about how much you love your fans. And again, rightly or wrong, it played into the narrative. And that's driving me. I was like, okay, God damn it, we got to do something here, And I basically got appointed voice of the resistance. Because, I could throw this up and do a video on a second's notice. But we have a major public relations issue, again, largely centered on your mods. And on a personal level, not talking to me, not letting me explain myself, and hopefully working things out here. When you block people that tend, and you don't allow them to have an exchange here, what's going on, it tends to feed into this sort of thing. When you're having to piece together bits and pieces here and there and try and make a picture out of it, not always the accurate picture. In this case, it was wildly exaggerated. I grant that. No, you were. Let's say, for the record, no, you're not being groomed. You're not in danger. The only thing you gave, the only thing exchanged between you and Lana was a hug and some ice cream and some weed, and her puppy's taking a nap in your lap. And again, I will concede that the story I was told was total bullshit, but it wasn't totally unfounded, because this is what I was presented with and what these guys were scared of. And they came to me asking for, and again, the whole thing with Gazer too. And again, you got the thing of some guy committed suicide over a porn star, but the fact is he did commit suicide. You've had people come in and their ass say, no, we saw that clip. It's not fake. Stop saying it's fake. Stop saying it's Bob. That's the big thing right there. They're still pushing this thing that I'm the reason for anything wrong going on here. Umsey ran off a list of, accounts. I hadn't heard of half of these ones. And other ones, no, I could send them links right now. They come in. No, we are obviously not the same person. So, certain things need to stop right fucking now. They never should have started in the first goddamn place. The fact they felt that they could just slander me with impunity, blame me for all kinds of shit I had nothing to do with, that kind of makes me a little reluctant to give any apologies to them. So, I will call off my shit as soon as they call off theirs. Because you got, Umsey over there and her, 15 screen names, and the bout rate, is still on the warpath. War's over! Knock it off! Acts like that is what started this shit in the first fucking place. Yeah, and Peter McKinnon, I just want to see the video because I want to see him swing. That's the kind of sick fuck you have working for you, Indy. Or gathered around being the fan. No, enough of this, okay? Hey, Dustin. This is the epilogue of the whole thing. Basically, the official ruling is no, there was no grooming, although there is some cheerleading on her side to try and do stuff that she really shouldn't be. But again, these guys when you're the moderator, you need to basically take yourself out of the conversation. You're no longer a part of the audience. You're one to make sure the audience doesn't get out of line, but you are not a part of the audience, so no, you don't contribute a goddamn thing unless you're asked, okay? And you sure as hell shouldn't be jumping on there and say, oh, you look so hot with the tits. Dude, stop encouraging, okay? Not just because I think it's totally horribly wrong, but also it's like, you should, no, this is something that she needs to figure out for herself. I know I'm not playing the pronoun game, okay? No, I'm taking Lana Rin. No, nothing happened, and she showed me a screen cap of the conversation she had with Indy on thing, and yeah, and looking at her, but yeah, I probably did scare the shit out of her. Okay, so I did push it too far, but again, I thought we were in a very serious situation. It's kind of a ticking time bomb scenario. It's like are you going to respect the terrorist civil rights if you think you got a time bomb blowing up in 2 minutes? It's going to take out 5,000 people. No, fuck that. I'm going to pull his nuts off very slowly until he fucking tells me where the bomb is. But yeah, the bottom line is no. Indy is on vacation to try and relax from all this shit. And I apologize profoundly for my part in ruining that. Okay, but again, look at it from my side here. I got a bunch of people on back at me, pushing me that are scared shitless of what they thought was going to happen here. And again, apparently some lines from their mouths say, "No, you should stay in Los Angeles. You can't go back to Seattle. He knows where you live. You got to stay down there with Lana." And again, some of the guys saying what they wanted was you and Lana to do a videotape because that was their dream scenario. They really wanted you and Lana to get together and do videos, okay? And that's where all that shit came from. And Lana does gangbang videos sometimes. I know she does stuff with guys, and apparently that was also a thing. What she's posting stuff about the guy she did last week, and people are interpreting somehow it got interpreted as what she's done to you. And no, nothing happened. Okay, we clarified that it didn't. She was talking about some guy she did. Not talking about you. It's like again, once that got okay, all right, let's put a halt on all this. Oh man, get the wrong nerve there. We've been horribly misinformed here, so it's like time for some apologies to be handed out. So especially to Lana, again, she's taking class. She's in classes right now. Otherwise, she'd probably be here yelling at me in person. But no, Lana is she's fine. She's also not quite as crazy as depicted either. I mean, a couple of those two other Lana B. Those are hers, but they're kind of more story related type thing that they're. Oh, dinner was again a couple upins of lasagna. Now we're finishing up with a nice dessert of crow. So like I said, none of this should have happened. Okay, for various reasons. One, because nothing was happening. And again, Indy also passed along my apologies to your family for scaring the shit out of them. But I also I hope that my letter also said that I'm very sincerely scared here. Okay, we think something's going on here. And I ran it by other people. No, you sound very sincere. Sounds good. Send it off. And so I sent it off. But it's like, trying to, come on. We can only do so much here. We're scattered across the country. Your fucking father, do something. No, just a drumstick. But yeah, this is, too much has happened that should not have happened in the first place. Again, largely because lines of communication were cut off. And when that happens, speculation goes nuts. If you're not allowed to get the straight story from someone, or even the full story from wherever, people start filling in gaps that aren't necessarily there. And in these kind of situations, the imagination can go freaking nuts, okay? We were having visions of, again, and again, with this thing about other people saying, you should stay in LA, not coming from Lana, not coming from Indy. No one's saying anything about her moving to LA. She's down there for a van, and she's going back, back to Seattle and resuming her life. You had a nice friendly meeting with a fellow thing and fan, and they had a nice chat. They talk on the phone, and they're fine. Nothing's happening there. Okay. And no, at no time did Lana nail Indy in the ass and make her bleed. Okay. It would have been nice to have heard that directly from Indy, though. Okay. Again, we're back to blocking people does not help. Okay. In these situations, blocking does not help. Okay. All of this could have been solved months ago. Yeah, here we go. All this could have been solved months ago with a simple 5-minute conversation. Just say, what's going on here? No, don't worry about it. That's bullshit. And I've also, when we're still talking, and I misinterpreted something from one of her other idiot mods, she said, "You believe that? I'm calling him all the time for talking out of turn. He doesn't know shit. Fuck him. And yeah, I've seen call. Are you fucking retarded? Shut up. This is one of her mods. So yeah. Blocking people especially when if when things have been misinterpreted, like you did with me, Andy, you did. Okay. It was completely misinterpreted, and I can only figure they could have gotten me killed. Must have been some spin on your mod's part. Oh yeah, he was gonna get a diagnosis in you and throw you in a camp. No bullshit. Even if it was going, I didn't need. Like I said, everything I've seen confirms what I thought in the first place. But I would never do that. One, I don't have the authority to do that in the first fucking place, because you're not my kid. I'm not even close to you, and that's barbaric. Okay, I don't do that kind of shit. Yeah, and anybody who's complaining, oh, she didn't know. For one thing, her laptop's in here. She's in the bedroom with a fucking iPad. How are you going to do it with a fucking iPad, for God's sake? Okay? So, like I said, it's pretty rich being accused of having multiple burner accounts by someone who's got between 5 and 7 accounts of their own. It's like bullshit. Okay, again, for the 87,000th time, I have one active account. I wouldn't know how to do a burner account if I wanted to anyway. And also, compare as far as people that before you blocked me on Tumblr. When I do an ask, I didn't do an analysis. I put my name on there. Okay, I will own up to what it. And again, like now, when I fuck up, I will own up to it. So come on, a little credit here, okay? I don't operate that way, and I'm. What's the point? Okay, all you gotta do is. Well, again, I was being fed nothing but the worst. I mean, I was the ray of optimism in this group. No, we're not necessarily dead yet. We should, because we were having some ideas about her getting winded up, dumped on the door of an ER somewhere, maybe breathing, maybe not. And I had, like I said, I cooked up this stupid post over here in case we got to send these things out all over every hospital in Southern California saying, have you seen this girl? And please, if you put the contact information to call her dad. As it is, it's now a bit of a novelty thing. Tell you what, if you want an Indy, I'll email it to you. But come on. Like I said, it's that Peter Capaldi speech, the war speech from Doctor Who. It's like how many people have to die, how many babies got, how many people screams got here before the people's just involved, just do what they should have done all along. Sit down and talk. Again, just blocking people. This is kind of shit that happens. Especially get some bullheaded asshole like me, who will not take this kind of thing for an answer, and I start getting fed a line. She's endangered. Oh shit! And strap on the cape and charge the rescue. Okay. So yeah, and I am not any danger to you, Indy. I'm not going to send you. I'm not trying to steal you away or anything. And again, you can talk to Lana. I convinced her. Yes, I generally care for you a lot. Okay. So come on, let's try and get a look even keel here. We can start dropping a few barriers here, build a few bridges instead of instead of walls. And again, a big thing is telling your fucking mods to stop terrorizing your audience. Because they're a lot of this stuff is coming from them, either explicitly or being implied by it, whatever. But that's where they're getting this thing about private cum shows. And again, looking back on that, when the hell have you had a chance to do any private cum shows with anybody? Okay, you've been on the fucking road. So, but again, if they have been, if they have in fact been bragging about getting private cum shows that no one's going to see because you're not part of the inner circle, then yeah, you need to kick these guys to the curb. Yeah, and but I don't think we're in a position to really go up to any class reunions and brag about it. And again, my big, it's like my friend of mine in high school, but our high school reunion, whatever, down here. Or just we didn't like those people when we went to school. Then why would we pay good money to go hang out with them now? And again, the people I am still friends with, we're friends outside of school. It wasn't dependent on it being in school. We were friends outside. So why we don't need to pay money to meet up? We just go. Hey, want to go hang out? But seriously, this is this whole thing has just gotten so insanely, I think. And again, I'll tell you a quick thing. Everyone putting up little likes about Lana's thing about having to put up a thing and then say, put up a link here on. I did. No one's paying attention to that one. All right. I did put up and I said, and I apologize for what, dragging in this and screwing this up. And I've reposted it a few times. It would be nice for somebody to acknowledge it somehow, okay? Because then we go to the thing of what's the point in apologizing and no one's going to fucking accept it, okay? So, Andy, I think you need to have a rethink on one. I think you need to have at least a good talking to of your little moderator class there, especially she who likes to go hammer and tong and call people, regardless of where she got the information. The impression is that she got it from you, and that just scared the fuck out of everybody. Because again, people have shared your numbers with them. You occasionally talk to them on these things, and now it's like the impression is given that they have access to it and they're going to use it. Because they've been threatening to dox anybody and mass report and whoever dares cross them. And I've seen mods like this before where they think they're running the show. They're the privileged few. Fuck you. You are not running the show. You are to moderate there. You're not the board of fucking directors. Shut the fuck up, okay? And again, if you want to offer your opinion, then resign your post as a moderator and rejoin the rest of us in the audience. Okay. But if you're going to be part of the little inner circle, no, you're now part of management. Shut the fuck up. Okay. But again, I'm as far as back to the whole way. One, there's also argument if it constantly needs affirming, then maybe it's not really true in the first place, and you know it. It shouldn't matter if any. Oh yeah, you're just a handsome boy. Like one that's galling. Okay, come on. Because no matter what house, you're going to be a lovely woman. Okay, you're for a while yet. Okay, but you're looking burned out. Okay. And again, then pushing you to chop the tits off and keep the straight. You want to grow your hair out? Grow it out. Hell, fuck, look how mine's getting there. Huh? Quit trying to. God, this whole thing of what constitutes a boy. I rarely had my hair that short, even when I was. I mean, hell, I got out of the Air Force, it went down to my shoulders. Okay. And that kind of goes back to the thing of fuck the labels. Don't worry about being a boy or a girl. Just be indie, okay? Whatever is comfortable and think. Just quit worrying about being a man or a woman or a boy or a girl or a goat or an Irish setter. Just try and find yourself in all this shit, okay? And fuck what everyone's pushing you to do on the side here. Again, especially if they're mine, they have no fucking say anymore. They're part of the regulating the traffic. They're not a part of trying to get a special inside to push you to do one thing or the other. This is stuff you need to do yourself and only yourself. Okay. Because I see these tweets from Gene and think, "Oh yeah, you'd be so hot." I can picture him jacking off as he's typing it. Okay. You'd be so hot and you chop your tits off. It's like, in what reality is that? Okay. That is never hot. I don't give a shit who you think. But yeah, it should not have ever happened. But then this is a disaster that has many parents. Okay, on both sides. A lot of it fueled by the distrust built up by your mods. So you need to take care of that. Okay. I think it may be a matter of we got the same problem. We're a little too trusting here. Okay, I was probably too trusting in the information I was being given. What's about to go down, and you're a little too trusting of the people you've got around you because they are not serving your interests here. Yeah, that's another thing. Well, it kind of goes to the thing of why I really would never consider transitioning. Is it didn't? It wasn't. Didn't go out good. Okay? And plus, with my build, it's like, please. Okay? Look like a linebacker. And plus, also, it's like, I think it's kind of like, again, growing up in, 60s and 70s, it's like, where it's like there was the original feminist women, where it's like women can build my ideal of what I would be like. It's like some magically thing came down and put me into my, whatever, my mental image of what I would be as a woman. If everything, again, getting rid of the masculine, be basically Melissa Etheridge, okay? I'd still be dressing the same. The only thing difference is I'd, longer hair and probably wearing more boots, Be kind of a, Melissa Etheridge, Stevie Nicks kind of mix there, okay? A little Miranda Lambert, probably rock a tank top because I'm pretty sure, just based on this, I'd have some pretty good Hooters myself. Yes, I put a lot of thought into this over the years. Okay, this is not a subject that has just sprung on me since childhood. When this whole thing, the whole thing of sex change surgeries was going around. And it just, the whole topic just kind of fascinated me in a weird way. How does, this supposed to work? And something to come on. I'd watch it like on PBS or whatever. I think it was an episode of Nova when they went into this. And putting all the issues. And, like I said, one gal, doing a, it's the same computer. I haven't gotten enough up, we're going to upgrade a bit a while back. But I said this one would do it, back when it was still, like taking the trip to Sweden was the euphemism for it. But going through the whole transition, this was back when he had to go through a lot of hoops, and it was being diagnosed as a transsexual. It wasn't just, saying, I feel pretty today, I'm going to wear. No, it was you had to go through a thing. You had to serious evaluations, and it was no just simple affirmation. Oh yeah, you go, Yas Queen, fuck you. No, it's like. And I worked in an office, and the guys were, they're, whatever. The one woman in the office, no, she was highly offended. What the hell makes you think you can be a woman? So, and what? Why? What the? Well, for one thing, never had a period, and that kind of yeah, that's stuck in there. Because again, there and the thing like there's certain things. No, men will never experience. Women will never experience what it's like to be a guy. And grant a large part of man's is not going through what girls go through. You know, that's why it's like maturity in a man is like it's really not puberty related. It's doing stupid shit like I just did and doing running into the wall a few dozen times and finally figured out maybe there's a better way. And but women just they go and that's personally offended. These trans women claiming I'm getting period bullshit. You're not equipped to have a period. Hook these guys up to one of those machines and make them feel what a real period looks like. They'd be doubled over crying for their mommy and shitting their pants on their. I mean, one guy finally figured, actually, it wasn't because he was tucking improperly. It's like, I tried tucking just a joke. I thought, forget it. Can't even stand up straight. But that's pretty much So again, yes, Indy, I am sorry. It was not my intention to scare you any more than you already are. Yeah. Can they get a comma? I'm not sure what that's driving at, but okay. But yeah, again, none of this should have happened. If there had been open lines of communication and mods who didn't think that the fans are the great unwashed and are beneath contempt, and none of this would have happened. Even with me blocked, it could have been cleared up. No, this going on to, and saying equivalently, no, nobody is doing any porn videos. Nobody's hooking up with anybody. I might meet Lana for chatting and talking, but nothing. Nobody's gonna fuck anybody up the ass with anything. Okay. I'm not sure what the hell they get. Like I said, one guy figured out that he was tucking his dick and balls on improperly between his legs, and I guarantee, just trying in the first place is idiotic. Okay. Which again, and he goes to the thing about when you're tucking the thing there, and you're doing it so you have your hands free or something, but balls sticking out between legs. No, does not happen. Okay. It kind of goes, you're mounting it too low there, okay? The strap on you originally, where it's up high, that's where it's properly supposed to go. That's why it's positioned there. The dick and balls are out in front. The pussy is underneath, okay? Like I said, again, I'm knowing you're doing it so you can show the balls there, but and hide the pussy. But anatomically, that doesn't work. That's not how it goes together. I even downloaded anatomical diagram. Yep, they're there, and then there's under here. Physically, you could have a dick and a pussy in the same. You have a hermaphrodite there. Internally is a whole nother matter. But you could probably even make that work with a little bit of Nazi ingenuity of playing Frankenstein. I'm sure if they can ever figure out how to how to do a most likely would be to do some kind of penile testicular implant on a female, where you just plug it up there and run the urethra through the penis, so you have theoretically working dick and balls, but still fully intact, female reproductive system, vagina, and the urethra, so. Basically, Cartman's mom. But again, that's big. And again, the best case scenario on that is assuming that the body doesn't reject it and it falls off. You'd still basically be passing on the DNA of the donor of the dick. You would not be producing your own thing. It would be whatever whatever sperm's kicking out of those nuts, and that would be whoever the poor schmuck who lost the nuts in the first place. And again, I don't. That's why I don't think it would ever work because there's too much of the actual genetics involved for it to work. And we're getting off in the weeds here, aren't we? But again, Indy, I am sorry. Deeply sorry. I did not mean to scare you. Well, in a way, I meant to scare him because if the Indy's in trouble, say something. Do something about it here. But not trying to scare. And then, oh my God, who is this crazy person? Okay. Why is he writing to me? And again, hopefully, I'm less concerned. I'm sure you did talk. You've seen your sister at some point, so. Yeah, the intersex thing, and that's an excuse being used in some cases. Intersex is not transsexual. That and mostly like Buck Owen and Marcus Deeb. They will openly admit, no, they are biological female. They have mental disorders. This, God damn, this is what they had to do in order to live with their mental disorder. They not pretend, but they don't go, I'm a man. No. They can openly admit, no, they are biological female. Like Marcus, he knows he really doesn't fully pass. He's been on testosterone for, and in that case, I do offer up the he pronoun because they've done the work. They've done the work to do all this stuff, and like Buck Angel, good God, I mean, bald head, muscle, bigger muscle than I am, full beard. I look like an idiot trying to call Buck she. Okay, I'm not sure if Buck would really give a shit, but for everyone else, like, you're calling the biker dude a she? What the hell? You want to die? And also in that case, you'd be an idiot trying to deny them using the men's room. So, but that's another issue entirely too. So, Indy, sorry, I am sorry. I did not mean to upset anybody in any undue way. Okay, I was trying to generate some action because I generally thought you were in danger. Okay. Because that's what I was being told. And given everything else, what the hell do you expect me to do? Given my attachment to you, I can't just sit back there. And again, when this thing with the Gazer went down, it's like, there's no fucking way I can back out now, for Christ's sakes, A man died on my watch, trying to get me to help. So what the fuck? I'm like, do you think I can back out now? You're high. But that's also a thing. We begged you over and over, please unblock him and talk to him. Even if what he says is ultimately bullshit, at least talk to him. All he wanted to do was talk. Which again brings up this new Steamy Dreamy. Just shows up out of the, he found you through your YouTube videos, thought, hey, here's someone I can talk to. I might understand what I'm going through. And everyone jumps down his throat, coming, accusing him of being me. And he put all this troubles of the world on him because, it's Bob, it's Bob. It's like, what? Who's Bob? I didn't know you had a sister. What the fuck are you talking about? I just came in to say hi. So again, a large part of this was, fed by their malignant, crazy moderators who think they're your gatekeepers. Like I said, any authority these guys have, if they have any authority on your Twitter feed, get rid of them. They're dangerous. And I think also, boot them out, for the website and the Fansly page, because they can't be. They've been booting people out just because they they say something they don't like. None of your damn business. If they're not threatening to swat you or whatever, or making really crude stuff, no, that's not your place, okay? We're going to do a little training session on proper moderation here. Sympathy pain, more like, imaginary sympathy pains, okay? Yeah. It's what they imagine a period feels like. No. Again, if Indy was here, she'd been through this thing, she could probably tell you. Well, any woman here can tell you what an actual period feels like, okay? What these guys, oh my God, you fucking weenie. That's not a period, it's fucking bad Taco Bell, okay? Spend a couple extra minutes in the fucking toilet, you'll feel better. And if you're bleeding there, see a fucking doctor. Okay? But all right, we're at an hour. I think I've said, what needs to be said here. That no, shouldn't have happened. There's various reasons it did, though. And a lot of it is also on the other side. They keep feeding the beast, okay? So, yeah. I got my side to calm down, Indy. I've called, everyone's saying, no, nothing was happening. There was no emergency. Stand down. They're still firing. They're still shooting. They're still blaming me for everything. They're still accusing people of being me who aren't. So you need to rein in your dogs, okay? And no, I'm not talking about Lana. Lana's fine. Lana's a good kid, okay? But I mean, when see one of her, that Raven name specifically says, and things with order, and Captain April Hater. It's like she created another name just to get after me, okay? The woman is a psychopath, all right? You need to cut her off. One way or another. Cut her off of any authority she thinks she has. Because she is fucking psycho, okay? And she's the one leading a lot of the charges on this. So you need to, clip her wings a bit there. But yeah, we're at an hour 5. I think that's enough there. So, kids, hopefully we continue the peace talks. And we'll have a proper resolution for all concerned. And hopefully also more open communication so this shit does not happen again in the future. Anyone trying to blame, I just picked him because he's old. No, I've done this shit when I was younger too, okay? The only difference is I didn't have an international audience, okay? And when I go for something like, type of thing, I go big. I will blow the fucker up and make sure, that it's going down in style, people. So, don't try and blame my age. It just has nothing to do with it. And then there's a relative back in the 1800 had an open feud with John Jay in the papers, and it got a lot of attention. People love reading these snarky letters back and forth. George Washington was a big fan of that Twitter fight. So, yeah, first bragging about making the phone call. And, watch him freak out. Watch that video. I was not. I think I pulled a video, but I was not freaking out. I said, I'm not impressed. This is the best you got. Fuck you. But once that didn't end, then I reported her for doxing. She got her account locked for a few days, and then the story changed. Oh, it was fake. His wife called. It was all fake bullshit. Okay, I showed the phone log. But yeah. So I will wrap this up here. Hopefully any more talking on this will be of a civil nature. We can finally put this to rest. There was no drama. There was no conflict. Nobody was in danger. Her mods are a bunch of skeevy assholes and are trying to influence things unduly, but, we're not in the... I don't go for frozen fruit. I don't know. No, but not to the level of grooming, okay? Just being annoying and really, they're sticking their nose in things they don't belong to, just as mine can be accused of, okay? So if we could possibly dispense with all the accusations of stalkers and creepy things, just stop it, okay? Stop the name calling, okay? And also stop the reason for, name calling going back here, okay? Because all you idiot moderators, stop it. You are not helping. You are fueling the fire. You're the reason why this whole shit started in the first goddamn place. Because you're acting like you're lords of shit mountain, and you got several thousand fans who are, hey, wait a minute. A lot of us have been here a lot longer than you assholes here, okay? So, all right. I'm going to knock it out now before we go another rant here, so we will talk at you later. Okay?